Do y'all remember CoD Zombies? You know that really awesome mode that was incredibly atmospheric? That mode that was really challenging.
Like, is it possible? Box!
That mode was so much heart and soul that you could almost feel the blood, sweat, and tears that were shed pour out of every aspect of the mode. From the maps to the music, sound design, and the story. How's that mode doing today? Man, what happened? What went wrong? I think I can speak for most of us and say that Zombies is just not the same anymore. And I would say that it became a great motivation for me to make my game, Machine of the Damned, the way that it is right now. If you are new here, Machine of the Damned is a horde shooter with roguelike elements inspired by a bunch of games. Call of Duty Zombies, of course, Killing Floor, Left 4 Dead, and even games outside the genre like Risk of Rain 2. But let me not get too ahead of myself. Let's lock in on why CoD Zombies is the GOAT and why it inspired me to make my game. Machine of the Damned demo in the description. Like everything in existence, we have to start at the beginning of the match. You see that? A teeny tiny pistol. I'm starting my match with a pistol, the weakest weapon in the game. It might sound like a minor thing, but this is huge in communicating where you are in the food chain.
You are weak.
Literally, like you die in 2 hits on top of having the weakest weapon in the game. And all you can do is get as many kills as you can with this pea shooter so that you can get the necessary points to level up. But when most people hear level up, I'm sure they're thinking of an RPG system where you get XP points that you put in a skill tree or something stupid like that, but not in CoD Zombies. Your level up is when you get the necessary points to upgrade your arsenal by getting new guns that are better at killing. You see, progression of CoD Zombies isn't about a bloated skill tree where you add stats to boost a number. No, it's about you learning the map, knowing where the best things are, and you level up in-game by getting better guns, and you level up in your mind to know where the good things are so that you level up. You see what I just did there? I just made the dumbest analogy on God's green earth. But the point of the spiel was to communicate that you start weak and you get stronger over time. And the way CoD Zombies does that is why I love it so much. This is the aspect that I wanted for Machine of the Damned. You start as the underdog. I wanted the player to start weak and helpless, and it's only when you start weak and helpless that the progression feels satisfying when then you attain more power as you play. When you learn how to get better guns and where to find them. Now, to be fair, I want to go beyond what CoD Zombies does. I do want my game to have its own identity, but it is undeniable that CoD Zombies has inspired me fundamentally. And hey, everything I just mentioned before about the guns also applies to other aspects of the games, like the perk system and the pack-a-punch machine and the traps and all that stuff. And that's really the fun of it, knowing how to manage your points and then knowing when to spend it so that you increase your chances of survival. There is a lot more to talk about when it comes to how you attain power in CoD Zombies, and trust, I'll fully elaborate more in the future, so I will allow you to get excited for that. The second aspect that I just
Love.
about CoD Zombies is arguably the most important thing, and it's the map itself. These damn maps are so good, man. Like, dude, Shadows of Evil, Mob of the Dead, Der Eisendrock, hello. Just look at this beauty, and then look at mine. Well, I don't want to be too self-deprecating. I'm very proud of what I made so far, and though I'm not there yet as an artist, I'm trying my best to replicate the feel of these maps. My favorite thing about these maps is how much clutter and broken stuff is everywhere. Especially if it's well made and placed, it adds so much to the environmental storytelling, and that contributes a lot to the overall atmosphere. It makes exploring these places exciting because it can subvert expectations with how the place opens up and what parts are playable. I think the map that does this the best is Die Rise from Black Ops 2. With Die Rise, you have Chinese twin towers toppled over after Maxis nuked the whole damn place, and that gave us this part right here. The upside down tower, probably one of the most iconic parts of the map, and it has one of the more iconic rooms, the Buddha room. Plus, you can get an upside down mystery box in that part of the map as well. Even here, you see how they're using the grating from the dragon thing to make a ramp that takes you to the upper part of that building. In most other games' level design, they would just have you take the stairs or something, but here, because of the world building they've created, they can take some liberties with how they make maps and locations. Same thing with this part right here, using that red column as a path to the upper room. With Machine of the Damned, I'm taking cues, though obviously not to the same degree. Here, I made it to where this truck crashes into this building to open up a path and have it be a part of the level design. Now, don't tell anybody I told you this, okay? But you can even find dynamite and blow the side of it to open up the rest of the map. Another thing about the environment is that it contributes to the difficulty of the game. Like how tight or wide an area can be is how I can control the difficulty of the map. The best zombies map of all time, Kino der Toten Black Ops 1, is the best example of this. When you think easy map, you think wider than usual open spaces, like the theater. Despite the very harsh 2-hit down system in Black Ops 1, Kino can still be a somewhat easy and accessible map, and it's because they made bigger spaces and the difficulty of the map is tied to the design of the level, among other things as well, like other game mechanics. But the ultimate point is that the way the map is made makes the difficulty, and the difficulty makes the map. Those two things are interlocked tightly. You can't have one without the other, and that is what makes this type of level design special. The map becomes easier when you fully learn the layout and know where all the dead ends are and how to avoid them. There are even other things to learn about the map, like knowing where all the enemy spawns are and knowing how to manipulate enemy spawns to your advantage. And honestly, there is so much more I could say on this point, but for the sake of time, I'll move on to the next point. The last thing that makes Call of Duty Zombies unique, especially the older ones, is the health system. When you spawn, you can only take 2 hits in quick succession. With the perk Juggernog, you can take up to 5. That's it. The whole system is just genius. I am in awe of how simple and straightforward it is, but I felt I can take it even further. I want to push the health system further. Now, again, the game is still a work in progress, so it's not 100% figured out yet, but here is the idea. There are 2 parts to the health system in Machine of the Damned. The shield and the character's health under it. So, the shield can sustain 2 hits in a row, but because it's a shield, it can regenerate over time, working exactly how health works in literally every other CoD Zombies game. But under the shield, there are these health bars. These don't regen like shield. Once they are gone, they're gone. And you can sustain an extra 2 hits after the shield is depleted. Meaning, the game is technically 4 hits till down, kinda. You see, you can technically take 3 hits and survive and wait for the regenning of your shield, but that means you lost one of your health bars. Because that one is lost, that means now the game is a 3-hit down system. The point of the system is to punish bad play in the long term. Now the question becomes, how do you circumnavigate the system? Well, there are a few ways in the game now that aid, though again, they are still a work in progress. Currently, there is a perk called Carpenter, and you can get it up to 3 times within a match. It's random what ability you get, but you can have it to where it adds more health bars for you, so it goes from 2 bars to 4, making it effectively go up to 6 hits till down, technically, but again, once those health bars are hit, then you can't get those back. Except with the other part of the perk. The part where it really slowly regens health over time, even slower than how the shield regens. That's the only way currently to get them back in the demo that's out, though I'm currently prototyping and testing more ways to push this health system further, but it's gonna take some time. But again, to reiterate, the main point of the system is to have a bit of a safety net with the first 2 hits by having them regen, but still have long-term consequences if you're just bad at the game. The inspiration of the health system is somewhat based on the Halo CE health system, where you have a regenning part on top of a health bar that needs medkits to regen. Again, the whole system needs a bit more work, but the idea is still there. Lastly, I just wanted to thank you for hearing me glaze CoD zombies for however long this video ends up being. You're a real one. Finally, go and wishlist the game, and while you're at it, check out the Machine of the Dam demo and tell me how much you like it or not. Hey, you know, I'm not the boss of you, but you at least have to try it. If you want to tell me how you really feel about it, join the Discord and tell me personally. Like, share, and subscribe, of course, you know the spiel. But if you do it, I'll give you a kiss on the forehead, you little cutie. With that, God bless and have a good rest of your day. Bye.